ॐ विश्वं दर्पणदृश्यमाननगरी तुल्यन्निजान्तर्गतं पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिर्बोधभूतं यथा निद्रया यस्साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयं तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगदिदं प्राङ्निर्विकल्पं पुनः मायाकल्पितदेशकालकलना वैचित्रचित्रीकृतं मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यपि महायोगीव यस्वेच्छया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ Verse 35. गर्भे एव शयानः सन् वामदेवो वबुद्धवान् पूर्वाभ्यस्तविचारेण यद्वदध्ययनादिषु. So verse 30 to 52 is a discussion of how aparoksha jnana of Brahman takes place through Mahavakya Shravanam, Vichara, etc. And Shravanam, when you do Shravanam, definitely Avantar Vakya Vichara also will be done. That's the first part, in fact. So Brahma Jagat Karanam Asti, that is always there. So the person who does the Mahavakya Shravanam also has done Avantar Vakya Shravanam also. So the person who gains a Paroksha Jnanam gains a Paroksha Jnanam also. Paroksha Jnana of Brahman definitely takes place first. So he has both the types of knowledges. But person who cannot listen Mahavakya or listen but doesn't understand, but he has listened to this Avantar Vakya, Shravanam has taken place, then definitely he has a Paroksha Jnana. Anyway, and then Nirguna Brahma Upasana also is a context for such a person, for such a person. But Mahavakya Shravanam when you do, and sometime you start analyzing Mahavakya, etc., but then knowledge takes place later. Then what is the reason? So then we say, well, definitely the clarity grows, etc. Some obstacles are there, obstacles keep going away, etc. And in that, the examples now, has been given in verse 35 of Vamadeva Rishi. Well, and that statement is from Aitareya Upanishad, 2nd chapter and the 5th verse, which says, Tadvat Uktam Rushina Garbhe tu san anvesham avedam aham devanam janimani vishwa shatam ma puram ayasihi Arakshan adaha sheno javasa niradiyam iti garbhe eva etat shayanaha vamadeva evam uvacha. So Vamadeva said, remaining in Garbha, he said like this, that I am in the Garbha, but I know all the births of all the Devatas. Definitely, he himself declares as a Jnani. And also says here, that I was, as though bound by several shackles in various janmas through the bodies, as though I was bound by many shackles. What were the iron shackles? Well, all these bodies were the shackles. And I have just, I have made myself free from all these shackles. Means I have gained the knowledge, etc. Very clearly So Garbhe eva etat shayanaha Vamadevaha evam uvacha. He said like this, that I knew all the janmas of all the devatas, etc. The one who was bound by many shackles in many janmas, means these bodies, I have made myself free, etc. So this is, I mean, in Brihadaranyaka also it is there, but here we quote from Aitareya, we take it. So second chapter, fifth mantra, in which, well, he declares, remaining in the womb, he declares that I am free. Then who has given this knowledge? Mother has not given any knowledge to the Vamadeva in the womb. No teacher has entered in the womb to give the knowledge. Then how knowledge took place? Well, then we said Purva Abhyasta Vicharena. Acharya says Purva Abhyasta. In a Purva Janma, what he has started. Abhyasa here, well, basically he has started the Vichara, analysis of the Mahavakya, etc. And well, that because of that, well, Avabuddhavan, Vamadevaha Avabuddhavan, Vamadeva came to know. So then there was a question here. And that question was that if he has analyzed Mahavakya in the Purva Janma, then Jnanam should have occurred in that Janma. Yeah, if Jnanam could have occurred in that Janma, then why did he enter into the womb? The fact that the birth took place, definitely that he was not clear, he did not gain a nishtha. So it was not clear. So there must have been an obstacle, and that obstacle must have gone. Must be that obstacle by experiencing the prarabdha has gone, taking the birth. So that obstacle has gone, and so now, well, he declares, remaining in Garbha also, he declared that I am free. Therefore, aparoksha jnanam of through Mahavakya, etc., analysis takes place, but there are obstacles. Then obstacles are there, then even if you do Shravanam, the knowledge can take place later. And we also saw that here it says Yadvad Adhyanadishu. Yadvad Adhyanadishu. So like in the case of, because in those days, they, in the Veda Pathshalas, they used to learn a lot of Veda mantras, etc. So sometime chanting, all oral tradition. So while chanting, sometime he doesn't recollect mantra, etc. It may be at the tip of its tongue, but it didn't come out. So, well, definitely there is obstacle. And then later he remembers. So that shows that, well, definitely, even if you have studied, but sometime due to obstacle you may not be able to reproduce, etc. Shows a certain obstacle. So same way here in Aparoksha Jnanam of Brahman, well, through Mahavakya analysis, well, definitely you do Shravanam. So Jnanam has taken place, but then definitely due to obstacle, well, the clarity would not be there. Knowledge takes place. There is nothing like that the knowledge is, Swamiji, I am listening, but knowledge has not taken place. No. If knowledge has not taken place, then it's information, etc. for you. And well, we have discussed many things in that. Now we'll further go into that. And so we'll see. So now this example, Adhyanadishu, etc., that Vedic studies, in this thing happens even in the Vedic studies also. In those days, that is an example. So that example he explains in verse 36 now. Bahuvaram aditepi yada nayati chet punaha dinantare anadhityaiva purvadhitam smaret puman. So, the example adhyanadishu yadvat, just as in the case of Veda Adhyanam, etc., sometimes you are not able to recollect and produce, even though you have studied, because of the obstacle. Same, that example is explained here. Bahuvaram api adhite api vishaye adhite shastre vedange. So even several times you have studied the shastra. Na ayati. Ayati means it doesn't come. Even though you try to remember, but it doesn't click. So na ayati chet. Chet means here you have to take it as a yada. When it doesn't take place, well, punaha dinantare. So, well, punaha dinantare. So it's an advice actually to you. Acharya is giving an advice that sometime you are working on a certain problem for a length of time, and in order to find a solution. But you sometimes you don't get a solution, even though the head starts giving now pain, but you don't get a solution. Then what should you do? Leave that. Just leave it that. And then you will find that after a few days, not only one solution, sometimes it happens that more than one solution appear in your head. So this kind of things are happening. And therefore, especially, we used to solve certain mathematical puzzles and etc. Or that, spellings and, words used to find in that crossword puzzles, in that used to come in the newspaper. Sometimes you try and try, but that word does not occur to you. And you leave it. And after a few days or even after a few hours, maybe even after 1 hour or after a few minutes also it may occur. So that shows, we wonder that it is already that why did not it occur at that moment when I was trying to solve? It did not occur. That shows a presence of an obstacle, some obstacle. So here it says, Bahuvaram api adhite api vishaye. You are studying a subject matter and na ayati, and and it doesn't click to you. Well, definitely, yada, if it is happening like that, punah dinantare, dinantare, anyat dinam. It's a karmadhara samasa, Urmilaji. It's a Mayur Vamsakadi karmadhara samasa we call. Anyway, so another day, definitely, purvadhitam, pratibandha kshaya sati. When the pratibandha kshaya happens, kshaya, that obstacle goes away. Then purvadhitam, what you have studied before, anadityeva. Now you are not studying. You studied before, but you are trying to recollect, did not come. Now, anyat dine, another day, punah again, even you are not studying, anaditya, you are not studying, listening, etc. Still, purvadhitam, puman smare, what has been already studied, you remember. So definitely Mahavakya Shravanam has, you have done the Shravanam, done the analysis, knowledge has taken place. But, you, because of obstacle, you don't take it as a knowledge. You take it as an information. You don't take it as a fact. If you take it as a fact, it is a knowledge. If you don't take it as a fact, it's an information. What? Aham Brahmasmi is an information. I am Brahman is an information for me. But I have studied. Why should I take as an information? I have studied that I am Brahman. Yeah, but due to obstacle. Now that obstacle goes away. Same thing which we have studied, analysis of Mahavakya, etc. we have done, that knowledge will be a knowledge, will be a fact for me. So when obstacles goes away. This is how he is discussing between this verse 30 to 52, how the, Mahavakya analysis, etc., Mahavakya Vichara, inquiry, gives you a paroksha jnana. In that, these are the various factors he is discussing. And now he gives another example in verse number 37. कालेन परिपच्यन्ते कृषिगर्भादयो यथा तद्वदात्मविचारोऽपि शनैः कालेन पच्यते. So कृषिगर्भादयः कालेन परिपच्यन्ते. This is agriculture products or plants in the field. Kalena, in due course. Paripachyante, ripens. Right? So that physical ripening, definitely. We could even feel that, yeah, it has ripened now. So these all agriculture products, plants, etc., they definitely ripen in due course. So then they give you another example, Garbhadaya. Say, Garbhadaya. So that definitely the child, from the embryo till a complete child, develops within due course, 10 months, etc. So even means if you do, if a mother becomes hasty, I mean she wants to see her own child, but premature child is, definitely it is not developed, therefore she has to wait, right? So same way here also with regards to this knowledge, here there is no physical process of ripening. Knowledge also, in due course, ripens. Means what? Clarity or conviction or confidence. Triple C. Yeah. Clarity, confidence, and conviction. Yes. So, well, that is called here ripening. Kalina. In due course, it will happen. Means when the obstacle goes away. And in chapter 3 of the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan gave three examples of to show, three examples to show that how the obstacle is there in a clarity of this knowledge. What are the obstacles? So three examples he gives because to show that the three types of an obstacle actually. So first example he gives is dhumena avriyate vannihi. Vannihi, fire. Dhumena avriyate. So basically this just as a smoke covers the fire, well, this means smoke covers the fire means you are not able to see the fire because of the smoke. But that's, you need not have to do anything. That's the initial thing. When you kindle a fire or when you lit this wood, then definitely initially some moisture is there. But that is taken care of by the fire itself. It will just go away. So, well, and then smoke goes away and you are able to see clearly the fire also. Or even if fire is able to give heat completely, because of the smoke it may not be able to give completely the heat. So that obstacle goes away on its own. So that's a one type of obstacle which you need not have to worry about. Means you have to simply wait and it will go away. That's a one. First type of obstacle. For that one, this first example. Yatha adarshaha malena cha. Malam, dirt, dust. Adarshaha, mirror. So basically this the mirror is covered with the dust. So you are not able to see your own face clearly. Obstacle. But that will not go away on its own. You just stand there and you feel that the dirt will go away on its own. No. You have to clean it. Just clean once or twice. That's it. And then, well, the pratibandha goes away. So with a little effort, pratibandha goes away. First example, no effort. You just wait for some time. It goes away. Second type of pratibandha is where you have to put a little effort. And third is this yatha ulbena avrutaha garbhaha. This, the child which is in the womb, well, the mother has to wait. Yeah, for 10 months. So, well, that's a ulba means this basically the womb itself becomes an obstacle for gaining the child. So, but we have to wait. So it will come out after 10 months. Tatha tenedam avrutam. Tatha, in the same manner, tena, because there was a discussion of kama, krodha, etc. before that. So that kama, krodha, etc. also are obstacles. Tena idam jnanam avrutam. So jnanam is avrutam. Jnanam is covered with these obstacles. Therefore, that is not able to give you the benefit. Means you are not able to look upon this as a fact. Aham Brahmasmi, you don't look upon it as a fact because of these obstacles. And here definitely these obstacles you have to work to get rid of it, and that's called karma yoga, etc. We know all this. So, and there is another example they used to give, very beautiful example is like on a full moon day, Purnima. In the evening, sometimes you see that on the one side there is a sun, and other side the moon also is rising. Moon comes out. So if moon comes out, well, you should be able to experience the moonlight, and that's a Purnima. But because of the presence of the sunlight, sun is right there. It's a evening time. Sun is still there. It has not set. So due to the presence of the sunlight, well, the moonlight is as though covered. And as the sun sets, then definitely that moonlight, you are able to experience. So, well, so in midnight, definitely you will have not to search for the moon because, well, because moonlight is brighter. Somebody says moon has become brighter. No. Brightness has not increased, but due to pratibandha, the moonlight was not bright. That pratibandha called sunlight has gone now. So then definitely the same moonlight which was bright you are able to experience. So this is how they give a various examples. So here also, so as I do this repeated analysis again and again, Mahavakya analysis, as I do repeated Shravanam in short, knowledge well seemingly ripens. We feel that knowledge is ripening. Nothing. Ripening means even if you feel knowledge is becoming clear. Becoming clear means what? Knowledge is already there, but there are some obstacles. Well, those obstacles slowly goes away by the repeated Shravanam. So you can understand how much important this Shravanam is. Shravanam is the primary means. And yes, I think last time I told you. And somehow, we, after a few years of Shravanam, somehow we feel saturation. That's a dangerous thing, very dangerous. And people sometimes take a decision also not to do Shravanam further. And thinking they give a justification to themselves that we will do now Nidhyasana, we will do contemplation. We have done enough Shravanam. They say like that. We have done enough Shravanam, we will do contemplation now. And they don't do. They just keep doing this, browsing YouTube and Twitter and this. They spend time in 6 hours, 7 hours on the mobile. That's it. Nothing they do. And therefore, but then son, when will we do Nididhyasana? The later Shravanam becomes Nididhyasana. Later Shravanam itself becomes Nididhyasana. I have given you the hint also. That when I discussing, suppose if I am discussing Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, you need not take it as a Brahman, etc. You directly connect it to the I. Then the whole class is a Nididhyasanam for you. Without your effort, it's a Nididhyasanam. But who says that later Shravanam becomes Nididhyasanam? We will not believe you, Swami. Sureshwar Acharya ji says in Naishkarmya Siddhi. Okay? And therefore, when the Acharya, such Acharya, great Acharyas say, well, definitely we have to pay attention to that. And we have discussed this also, two types of Nididhyasanam, in that this is a one type of Nididhyasanam. And tat kathanam tat chintanam anyonyam tat prabodhanam etadeka parattam brahmabhyasam vidurbudaha. In Yoga Vasishtha also has been said, Panchadashikara Vidyaranya Swami also has quoted this verse, that Shravanam and Nididhyasanam does not mean you should sit in a meditation in a traditional posture, etc. Well, the very Shravanam becomes a Nididhyasanam. Discussion with others becomes Nididhyasanam. Teaching, sharing knowledge, writing notes, all this becomes Nididhyasanam. Because you soak your mind in the teaching. That's what is necessary for the assimilation. Anyway, so Tadvat means, just as in the example while we saw, Tadvat in the same way, Atma Vicharaha, self-inquiry, Shravanam, etc. Shanaihi, while Kalena Pachyate, slowly, means impact of the later classes is definitely greater than the former classes. And so, Kalena Pachyate, well, it is, this knowledge is cooked, means it ripens inside now. Verse 38. Punah punah vicharepi trivida pratibandhatah navetti tattvamitetat vartike samyagiritam. So now what are the obstacles? You said, okay, we understood. So knowledge ripens slowly with repeated Shravanam, etc. Means what happens? Well, obstacles goes away. Okay, then what are the obstacles? So three types of obstacles are, etc. are there. For that, Vidyaranya quotes his Guru, Sureshwar Acharya ji. And we'll see that. So it says here, Punah punah vicharepi navetti. Punah punah vichare. Mahavakya vichare. So even after repeated Shravanam of this Mahavakya, etc., navetti. What navetti? He doesn't know. What? Tattvam. 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 He doesn't know that is you. He doesn't know he is Brahman, etc. He does not means treat as a fact. When teacher tells that you are Brahman, he does not look upon as a fact. He says, I know that I am Brahman. When he says that I know I am Brahman, but he doesn't look upon it as a fact, he keeps it as an information. I have information that teacher tells me that I am Brahman. So he tells like that. So then definitely such people always look for some other proof uh, of proof for what? Proof for this fact. I am Brahman. What proof they will ask for? Well, definitely they will mostly. If you leave the Shastra, then you will always look for some samadhi. Generally, or in rare cases, I have found some people look for some mystic experiences, wait for some mystic experiences, in which you will hug the Brahman in one day in the morning. Suddenly, I will, I just stumbled upon, Pujya Swami used to say like this, I stumbled upon Brahman in the morning today. So, that kind of a thing. What you stumble upon is not Brahman, that's for sure. And therefore, we should not take it seriously to such persons' statements. What you stumble upon is never Brahman. Because Brahman being limitless, what the stumbler, well, also he is Brahman anyway. And therefore, what you stumble upon is never Brahman. It's always limited. What is limited in time and place and etc. in a condition, particular condition in the morning, etc., particular mental condition is never Brahman. Brahman is not conditional. Unconditional is Brahman. Therefore, Mukti is unconditional also. No condition. Mukti also no condition. Young age, I told you last time. Young age, Mukti, no. Sannyasa, Mukti, no. Grostha will never be free, no. In fact, there is a lineage in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad called Vamsha Brahmana. In the last chapter, Vamsha Brahmana, I think it appears twice. There they give a lineage of the people who knew and who became teachers also. Most of them are Grasthas. Most. The sannyasis are here and there. So, no condition. So, so iti vartike samyagiritam punah punah vicharepi na veti tattvam etc. Iti vartike samyagiritam. Sureshwaracharya ji has told in his Vartikam. What is this Vartikam? It's actually a great canvas. The Bhashyakara gives a commentary on the mantras of the Upanishad etc. That's a Bhashyam. And Sureshwaracharya ji has written a commentary called Vartikam, where he has a freedom, greater freedom, for critical analysis. Critical analysis of Bhashyam. So he either agrees with the Bhashyam for a particular explanation, or he gives a independent meaning, or he disagrees also with the Bhashyam. He clearly mentions it has his own teacher, but this shows the openness, So where he says, well, what Bhashyakara has given a meaning of this particular mantra or particular word of this mantra, well, I don't agree. That could be this meaning also is possible, etc., etc. So that is how the definition of a Vartikam is ukta anukta duruktanam yatra chinta pravartate. Tam grantham Vartikam prahuhu Vartikagnaha manishina. Uktam. What Bhashyakara has said, well, he agrees. He reiterates. Anuktam. Bhashyakara might have forgotten to give a specific meaning. So, well, Anuktam. So, he mentions that then this is the meaning. Duruktam. What Bhashyakara has said, he doesn't agree and gives a separate, independent meaning. Ukta anukta duruktanam chinta yatra pravartate. Where this whole thing is there, that's called Vartikam. It's a well. And here, Sureshwaracharya ji has written Vartikam on Taittiriya Upanishad and also Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. And this Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Vartikam, you can understand. 12,000 verses. 12,000 verses he has written, because Brihadaranyaka Upanishad is very big. So in that also, there is called Sambandha Vartikam. Sambandha Vartikam means introductory Vartikam. Introductory portion. Because there is a Sambandha Bhashyam. Sambandha Bhashyam, so introductory Bhashyam on the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad is called Sambandha Bhashyam. Why Sambandha Bhashyam? Because there is a relationship. What relationship? Because that initial portion of the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad begins with the Upasana. Ashwamedha Upasana. Ashwamedha horse. That is looked upon as a Usha. Early morning. Very beautiful Upasana. So definitely it is a Karma Kanda. And then Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, all these mantras, etc., which Jnana Kanda. So definitely the introductory portion of the Bhashyam, where Bhashyakara shows the relationship between a Karma Kanda and a Jnana Kanda. And that's a 1.5 pages. On that Sambandha Bhashyam of 1.5 pages, Sureshwaracharya has written a verses, Vartikam, commentary of 1,000 verses on 1.5 pages. You can understand. An entire Vartikam on the entire Brihadaranyaka Upanishad Bhashyam is 12,000 verses. So definitely, this is here Vidyaranya quotes that there are 3 types of obstacles where because of that the person does not take Aham Brahmasmi as a fact. For such a person, even after listening to Mahavakya, etc., Aham Brahmasmi remains as a information. So there are obstacles. And what are the obstacles? 3 obstacles. What are 3 obstacles, etc.? For that he quotes this Vartikam from Sureshwaracharya, from Sambandha Vartikam actually. So here verse number 39 and 40 is from Sambandha Vartikam, and there the verses are 294 and 295. Anyway. And so another, he just first mentioned here this, that there are 3 types of obstacles. Then it was the Pratibandha will be of the past, Pratibandha of the present, Pratibandha of the future, etc. All these are there. He does not mention what are those Pratibandhas, but this is how Vartikakara says, which Vidyaranya quotes here. By the way, so this verse 39 and 40 from the Sambandha Vartikam, which is Sambandha Vartikam means of the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, there it is 294 and 295. And verse 41 to 44 here is from Vartikasara. Vartikasara is a text written by Vidyaranya Swami, because thinking that this Acharya's 12,000 verses, who is going to study? So he has done a summary of Vartika. That itself is available by Sampurnananda Sanskrit Mahavidyalaya, and 4 volumes, big, this big. Must be that Sara also is not Sara for us. Anyway, but Vidyaranya has written. I don't know how these people could write, where it's mind-boggling. No pens, very, very nice pens. Those days were not there. Copying machines were not there. Fans were not there. Table chair were not there. Air conditioners were not there. Electricity was not there. At that time, to write all this, I don't know how our acharyas, we feel that, America is, producing many Nobel laureates and all. But our Nobel laureates, we never, more than Nobel laureates, we never bother also. Anyway, this is just for you, that how these people could write. 12,000 verses should be in his mind to write a summary of that. Vidyaranya has written that, Vartikasara. It's available. Chaukhamba also is published. Anyway, let's, so verse 39. कुतस्तज्ञानमिति चेत् तद्दिबन्धपरीक्षयात् असावपि च भूतो वा भावी वा वर्ततेऽथवा. So, well, how come then, this is a person, for person it remains information because of the pratibandha. Then how come this information becomes a knowledge? Kuta tad jnanam? Well, so imagine a person doing a Mahavakya Vichara and he understood, but he took it as an information. He did not accept it as a fact. Well, due to pratibandha. Now, actually, one should take it as a fact. The simple logic is this, because he is astika naturally. Veda pramanam asti iti vadati saha astika. He takes Veda as a pramana. That's how he has studied even Avantar Vakya. He has done Shravana. And and then, well, definitely he accepts God or not. He accepts God. And he basically shapes his life also, well, based on that. He does prayer also. Okay, if God he accepts, then on what basis? How did he prove the God? Through what means of knowledge he proved the God? Well, God is not available for any pramana. If God is available for pramana, God is not a conscious being. Anyway, and therefore it becomes inert. Then how he accepts the God without any who is beyond pramana? But he accepts because it has been told by the Veda. Then same Veda says you are Brahman. Why he is not accepting as a fact? What is the reason? In fact, the way he designs his life based on, he does prayer and goes to temple and he does daily puja and all that. And if we ask to whom you are doing all this, well, there is a God. How do you know he is a God? Because when you say something is known, then you say it is. So you say God is there. How? Have you seen the God? Have you heard his voice? Have you touched him? No. Then why? Why do you accept? Because Veda is a pramana for that. Veda talks about it. Oh, therefore I accept. Then same Veda says Mahavakya also. You are Brahman. Why don't you accept it as a fact? Why you keep it as an information? I don't know, but for me it's information. So this is how it is. Anyway, so basically, so kutaha jnanam bhavati. How come this information now becomes knowledge? Well, that shows that Shraddha in a Veda Pramana was obstructed due to some reason. Anyway, so then moment I look upon, of course, as a fact, then definitely there will be a transition in the mind, etc. Transformation. So tathi bandha parikshayat kutah tad jnanam bhavati tathi bandha parikshayat. So, well, definitely obstacles must have gone. Obstacles has gone naturally, or that Nirgun Brahma Upasana, that, well, because of that he has removed the obstacles. Either way. So, now I then definitely, once knowledge takes place, then definitely he doesn't look upon himself as a momokshu or moksha as a sadhyam, etc. Then what about the religious practices which he was doing? Well, japa imaha, that all has helped to remove the obstacle. So now still if he continues, that's a loka sangraha. For others he continues. Even if he continues. Asau api, asau means asau pratibandha. This pratibandha is of 3 types. For that he is, Vidyaranya is quoting this Vartikam. So this pratibandha is of 3 types. So this is from verse 39, definitely, is verse 294 in Sambandha Vartikam of Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Asau means this pratibandha is bhuta, pratibandha of the past, bhavi, pratibandha based on future, vartate, vartamana pratibandha. So, well, because 3 types of pratibandhas are there, because of which knowledge remains as information. Verse 40. Adhita Veda Vedarthaha Adhita Veda Vedarthopi Ata eva namuchyate Hiranyanidhi drashtantat idameva hidarshitam. So Sureshwaracharya himself clarifies in verse 295 there. Vidyaranya quotes here in verse number 40. So this idea which he talked in verse 39, Sureshwaracharya himself now clarifies. Ataha eva means because of this one of these 3 obstacles. Adhita Veda Vedarthaha. So Adhita Veda Vedarthaha means Vedascha Vedarthascha Veda Vedarthau. Veda Vedarthau Adhitau Yasya Saha Purushaha Adhita Veda Vedarthaha. So Adhita Veda means you study. Here generally Adhyanam key of the Veda means they refer to the Purvabhaga. Swadhyayo adhyetavya. That's a moola. That's a vidivakya in the Veda. Swadhyayo adhyetavya. Swadhyaya means one's own branch of the Veda. Veda has many recensions, and you belong to a particular recension. So, you should study. You should study your own branch of Veda means first you should memorize. As a child, you should memorize your own branch of the Veda, because that's a period where you can take advantage of memorization, and then you study with the help of the other systems which can help you to analyze those mantras of the particular recension. Definitely with the help of those, you study those Vedangas also, and then with the help of that you analyze those mantras. It's all called Adhyanam. So Adhita Veda Vedartha. So one studies that. Veda means memorization, and then Vedartha, the meaning of those statements. Such a person is called Adhita Veda Vedartha. So, definitely. So, you have studied this. But still, if you are not, and then definitely Mahavakya may appear in that recension. So, definitely, like our Brihadaranyaka Upanishad appears in two recensions, and in the Shukla Yajurveda, in the Kanva Shakha, same Brihadaranyaka Upanishad appears there, and in the Madhyandina Shakha also it appears, with a little difference here and there, little in some mantra only, little difference. So definitely, and so you study Mahavakya also. It comes when you study your own branch of the Veda, Kanva Shakha or Madhyandina Shakha, the Upanishad appears there, Mahavakya appears there, Aham Brahmasmi, etc. in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, it appears there. So you study that also. But na muchyate. Else the person is not liberated, because for him that remains as a information. And a very current example, if I can give you, I will not give just the name, because it was a very great professor in Chennai, and he has written a very beautiful books on Nishkarma Siddhi and on other texts also. He taught even this the pramanas, 6 means of knowledge. Very beautiful. Pujya Swami used to invite him in all courses, in Rishikesh, in a Coimbatore, everywhere. During the course, he always invites him and tells that you address our brahmacharis, give them knowledge. And so he used to talk about 6 systems of philosophy and everything. Beautiful. And so very clear. The Vedanta means this, Bauddhism is this, Sankhya is this, that's the concept of moksha is this, everything so clear. And he has written so many books, very wonderful books in English. One of that, Nishkarma Siddhi also, he has written a very beautiful English commentary. Such a person, when we were in the course, he came. Pujya Swami invited, he came. And he openly told that even though I have written so many books on Vedanta, and very clear, of course, with a clarity and precision he has written, but all that, what I have written, is information for me. I don't claim that I am free. Really, he told, openly he told, that I don't have that guts to claim that I am free. Could you follow now? So, with the clarity, etc., and still, so that shows because I remember here Adhita Veda Vedartha, so the person who has studied, and so definitely studied Mahavakya also, and all this with the help of Sanskrit and so many things you need to analyze Veda Vakya, Mimamsa also. So method of analysis, etc., everything, but still, so Yahana Muchyate, definitely he is not yet liberated. Means he doesn't have a courage to claim that he is liberated, etc. And then example, Hiranyanidhi Drishtantat. He says Hiranyanidhi Drishtantat. That's an example in Chandogya Upanishad. So Hiranyanidhi. Nidhi means a treasure. Hiranya means a gold. Another whatever, jewels, etc. So like a farmer, there it is an example. So in the Chandogya. that like there is a treasure in a particular farmer is there who has a certain land, and he used to has, you know, he has a livelihood on this agriculture only. And that being so, well, definitely in, you know, sometime it is just a drought and you don't get any crops, you put a lot of your efforts and so many things, but yet you don't get enough crops. So like that the farmer remained poor. But well, and afterwards somebody told him that in your farm itself, well, there is a underground, there is a lot of treasure, and it's the right information. But even though he knows this, that he is definitely not a poor guy, he is a very rich guy, because I have so much of wealth in my farm itself underground. I mean, I have to dig it and take it. But till he doesn't get it, he really can't claim his riches. Could you follow? Even though he knows he is a rich, but still remains, he lives like a poor, pauper person, because he has not yet gained it. In a Chandogya, the example is for the ignorance. Due to ignorance, the wealth which you have, you are Brahman, you are the substratum of everything, you are essence of everything, you are everything. In fact, you are everything. That is the knowledge. Not Brahman is everything. Brahman is everything is a paroksha jnana. You are everything is a knowledge. That's the immediate knowledge. And therefore, well, you are Satchit. I mean, I need not have to explain that. But you, so if you don't know that, means you definitely, even though you are the very treasure, but you don't know. So under the cover of this ignorance, etc., well, you remain pauper. Means you remain bound person, even though you are free from birth, death, etc., right? So same way, for that they give an example of this Hiranyanidhi there in Chandogya. So well, to indicate the ignorance, etc. How ignorance, because of that, even though the person is free, takes himself as a bound and have a fear and sorrow and all other things born of sense of limitations, etc. So here, of course, we are taking it, he is quoting this example for owning up, right? So therefore here Hiranyanidhi Drishtantat. So because of that, well, idameva, this problem, well, idameva pradarshikam. This pratibandha, in our case, in Mahavakya, Shravanam is, he is doing, but yet aparoksha jnanam has not taken place due to this pratibandha. For that, this is the example, Hiranyanidhi Drishtanta. Verse 41. अतीतेनापि महिषी स्नेहेन प्रतिबन्धतः भिक्षुस्तत्त्वं न वेदेति गाथा लोके प्रगीयते. So 2 verses 39-40 from Sambandhavartikam and Sambandhavartikam 294 and 295. Now 41 to 44 are the verses well, which talks about this pratibandha. Because we 41, 42, already 3 types of pratibandha have been discussed. Not named, but just bhuta pratibandha, bhavi pratibandha, and vartamana pratibandha. So bhuta pratibandha, the pratibandha obstacles of the past are what? That now he, has been quoted here from not Sambandhavartikam now, from the Vartika Sara, Vidyaranya's own text. So from his own text, he is quoting here as a 41 and 42 to quote the pratibandhas of the past. So, 41 to 44 is, in Vartika Sara, it is 203 to 207. 203 to 206, I'm sorry. 203, 4, 5 and 6. Here it is 41, 42, 43, 44. So anyway, 41, 42, 42 is, he talks about now a bhuta pratibandha. Very interesting example he gives. That your obstacle is there, but obstacle born of some past. That could hinder right now the knowledge. What is that? Atitena mahishi snehena. So like people, in our Before I go into that, I can give an example like this, that people sometimes come to the camps. When they come to camps, there is a meditation, and then the first class will be there. Just after 1 hour, then there is a second class will be there, and then there is a lunch, and then you take some rest, and then there is a third class will be there. Then there is a temple visit and all that, and then there is a satsang, and then you, by the time you go to the room, you are so tired that you will sleep. But even the classes are there, in between the period you think about your home, think about your shares, investment of the shares, and these and that, right? Or else during class itself you may start thinking about, because today morning you have not opened the screen of the laptop and saw the all this Dow Jones and whatever. So definitely, so all these things. So you come to camp, but instead of dwelling upon the teaching, you dwell upon something else of the past, naturally, right? Past. So that you have invested in so and so before a week. Now I would like to see how, whether there was a gain or there is a loss or this or that. So past obstacle will not allow you to assimilate the teaching, even though you are in right here in the camp or in the ashram. So that kind. So here it is a different example is given. Atitena mahishi snehena. So well, you imagine that there is a person who was a grihastha, and he was studying lot, and then he had a facility to enter into sannyas ashrama, and fortunately, well, his wife also, well, gave a permission, and of course children also gave a permission. Children are all settled, married, so all family, entire family gave a permission. Okay, you can go. But after coming and started study, etc., well, but because due to that attachment for the wife, well, he constantly thinks about this his wife. So that kind of example is there. Atitena mahishi snehena. Mahishi means actually queen. Mahishi has a two meaning. Buffalo also, she buffalo. Mahishaha is a he buffalo. Mahishi is a she buffalo. But we will not think that he has a lot of attachment for the buffalo. Could be there also. But then let us think here Mahishi means a queen. So definitely. So atitena, past. Past nothing, because naturally now he is in a sannyasa ashrama, so that is a purvashrama. Atita means a purvashrama mahishi. A queen of, let's say he's a king and who has taken sannyasa, and he has that queen of the past or the purvashrama. So bhikshu, current sannyasi, well, tattvam naveda. He didn't know, he didn't take. Acharya is constantly telling you, you are Brahman, you are Brahman, and he understands R means present tense. But he doesn't take it as a fact. R means fact. You are Brahman means it's a fact for you. It's not that you will be Brahman. Then definitely you will not take it as a fact, because you may be or you will not be. That. But you are Brahman means what? It's a fact which you can discover. But instead of discovering it, well, so tattvam naveda, well, because of atitena mahishi snehena, well, so well, all the time he thinks about his queen. Then what is wrong in that? Ultimately, yeah, anyway, Brahman doesn't think, that's okay. But even though he has to think about Mahavakya, etc., well, definitely he should be a thinker. Yeah, he is a thinker. Then thinker is Ahankara. Yes, Ahankara. Then he is thinking of the Mahishi also. He is a thinker. What is wrong with that? Ahankara will remain, thinker will remain. Yeah, but there is a Ragadvesha. So Ahankara is not just Ahankara. Ahankara, along with Ragadvesha, Ahankara has become very strong. Strong. Without Ragadvesha, simple Ahankara, we are able to knock it off as Ahankara Mithya. Yeah. That is how they say to get rid of Ragadvesha. That is what everyone's introduction is. Everyone's introduction is this, what I like and what I don't like. Even in interviews also, they are some big celebrities, well, they take interview, they will definitely ask these questions. What are your hobbies? What do you don't like? This, that, etc. And in that, what food do you like? Everything. What sports do you like? It's all ahankara. So when teacher is saying you are Brahman, means you as a thinker or as a knower, you have come here, but I am telling you, you the knower is not your reality. The knower is based in knowledge, consciousness. You are consciousness. The consciousness, well, becomes knower when something is to be known. That's fine. But you are not knower. Knower is mithya, etc. And therefore, well, because the body is mithya, etc., so identification is mithya. The Chidabhasa, well, which manifests in the body, is mithya. Everything is mithya. Therefore, and when you say mithya, then definitely there is a satyam, and that is consciousness is satyam. You are non-separate. The knower is non-separate from the consciousness. Body is non-separate, mind is non-separate, thoughts are non-separate, senses are non-separate, your hunger, thirst, everything is non-separate from consciousness. They appear, disappear. That's not reality. Your reality is your consciousness. And therefore, Brahma Satyam, Jagan Mithya. You are Brahman, you are Satyam, Jagan Mithya, including Ahankara is Mithya. But after coming out of the class, when you think of her, you don't take yourself as a Brahman, right? When you think of her and dwell upon her and relish, right, your experiences with her, you are not Brahman, sir. You are in fact supporting yourself as a Ahankara. Therefore, teaching will not work. Therefore, so this is how it says Bhikshuhu Tattvam Naveda. So this is a current sannyasi, but Tattvam Naveda. He didn't know, he did not take it as a fact. Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya, not taken as a fact. In fact, the reverse is a fact. Yeah. Brahma Mithya, Jagat Satyam. Ahankara is Satyam, and body is Satyam. Everything is Satyam. My feelings, Swamiji, my feelings about her. So, human being, Swamiji, you don't have any feelings. When the way he says feelings means he has so much loaded the reality in those feelings. Yeah. People use the word feelings in such a way that they put an extra load of reality in that. Feelings. Yeah. So reverse is Satyam. Brahma Mithya, Jagat Satyam. Iti Gatha. Iti means this is a quotation. Gatha means this anecdote, this story. Loke Pragiyate is heard among Vedantic circle. And we know other story as such. In Puranas, that our Jad Bharata story, very well. That Jad Bharata had an attachment in that deer, etc. And then he had to come again and etc. So even though he also, Jad Bharata was a king, and he went to forest for this moksha, for contemplation, etc. But then somewhere else attachment was there anyway. We have to be very careful. This stories reveal that things are very kshurasya dhara nishita duratya durgam pathastat kavayo vadanti. That is how it has been told. Yamadharmaraja said to Nachiketa, kshurasya dhara nishita duratya. It's like walking on the very pointed edge of the sword. You walk on that and yet you don't get hurt. Durgam patha tat kavayah vadanti. Kavayah, jnaninaha vadanti. Durgam patha, it's a very difficult, lofty goal. Goal is very lofty, I'm telling you. I'm free means what? In a waking state, whenever we become free from the smallness and limitations and etc., what an amount of joy we have. Where here you realize you are free. All the time you are free. You are free self. You are free self. No, time cannot bound you. Time cannot bind you. I'm sorry. Any place cannot bind you. Any attributes, etc. Nothing can bind you. A human life is meant for freedom, and he is struggling to gain freedom. One struggles to end the struggle. One doesn't struggle to invite more struggle. And therefore you undertake so many struggle with a hope that one day that struggle comes to an end. You will be free. And that you come to know that you are such a free self. What an amount of, what would be, it's a very lofty goal. Very lofty. Then definitely it takes a toll. Yeah. And wants to become president, suppose somebody decides to become president of United States, it's not that easy, right? We know how many primaries and these and that and how many, several issues. Anyway, therefore this is, you are everything means what? That clarity that you are everything. In fact, everything is you. You are free from everything. Yeah. That's the thing. You are free from everything. Everything is you. So definitely, such attachment again, and is will hinder a lot. So while teaching etc. Is going on, but if mind has this kind of issue, then aparoksha jnanam also will not take this. There is a question of a nididhyasanam then. 42. Anusritya guru sneham mahishyam tattva muktava. I'm sorry, we'll stop here. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.